Hi babies, welcome back to another episode where we are going to be talking about 3 of those classic positions, how to spice them up and make them more intimate, more erotic, and more fun. So a lot of the time in the bedroom, we naturally get stuck in a basic routine. We have our 3 favorite positions that we run through, and that's really it. We know the good spots, the spots that get them going. But however, routine isn't always the best in the bedroom, especially if you're in a long-term relationship. So if you're wanting to amplify your positions, potentially find some new golden spots, then this video is definitely gonna be for you. So like I said, we're gonna be covering those 3 classics, and we're gonna be adding some serious spiciness to them. Let's get started with the classic one that we all know, and it's missionary. This is the OG vanilla latte. People tend to like missionary specifically because of the intimate connection, which is great. You have your receiving partner lying on their back and the penetrating partner on top. Really simple to get into. You can't really mess it up. You're in the best position for kissing, eye contact, touching, and direct communication. Despite the reputation of it being oh so boring, it just so happens to be one of the all-time favorites amongst most couples. So how we're gonna take it to the next level is adjusting the person who is penetrating a little bit higher than the person who is receiving. So normally you would be direct eye contact with them, but the penetrating person is going to be just above their eyes. So now both of the pelvises are directly aligned on top of each other. Here, instead of doing that thrusting motion, you're actually gonna be doing more of a slow grinding motion. This will create stimulus to the clitoris rather than that thrusting in and out motion. The focus should be the pubic bone of the giver hitting the clitoris of the receiver. To the vulva owner, this is going to amplify the missionary position, specifically because you are stimulating external nerve endings as well as internal nerve endings. The next one I want to talk about is doggy style. This is one of the most primal positions you can do. The classic way of doing it is you have your receiver on all 4s and then the person penetrating directly behind you, so you guys are facing away from each other. That person who is penetrating can either be on their knees or standing, but either way there is limited eye contact in this position. To be honest, it's one of those positions that you kind of unintentionally develop a power dynamic switch. So meaning you have a dominant and a submissive. The submissive is going to be the receiver in this case, and the dominant is going to be the person who is penetrating because they have control over this position. A lot of people enjoy this position specifically because of the views. You can see penetration happening and you also get that view of the booty hole and you have a lot to grab onto. It's also versatile for stimulating yourself or your partner reaching over and stimulating you externally as well. A great way to spice it up that doesn't involve a lot of effort is actually getting both of you to stand. The receiving partner is going to be bent over a couch, maybe a countertop, and the penetrator is going to be standing directly behind you. So the person who is bent over slightly on that countertop or on that piece of furniture is naturally going to have a tilt in their pelvis, not allowing their partner to go as deep. So if your partner's size tends to be larger, or maybe you have a shorter vaginal canal or you get cramping, this is going to be a great position for you. However, if you don't already know, between 2 to 3 inches in is your G-spot. So the more shallow that you stay, the more stimulated the G-spot is going to be. It's not always about that deep, aggressive penetration. And like I said, in all variations of doggy, both of your hands are definitely free as the person receiving. So feel free to grab that toy or use your hands. Add lubrication because it tends to be way more sensual and much more stimulating. The last one I want to cover is reverse cowgirl. This is one of my all-time favorites because of that G-spot stimulation and the beautiful booty view that your partner gets to do. Plus, both of you have freedom of facial expression. So in the not elevated version of reverse cowgirl, the penetrating partner is going to be flat on their back, where the receiving partner is going to be turned facing away from them, straddling on their legs. And people love this because of that G-spot stimulation and those very hot visuals. So to work with that upright angle of the penis, the receiving partner is going to lean backwards, using their hands or their forearms to brace themselves against the bed. In doing this lean back motion, it's actually going to be bringing your torsos closer together, allowing the penetrating partner to reach forward and give you that nipple stimulation, that that breast play, or really anything else that feels amazing. Another way you can elevate this position, if that one seems a little bit too intimidating, or maybe your body just doesn't move that way, you can also use this position to incorporate toys. Toys for yourself or toys for the partner who is penetrating. So you can incorporate some ball play, some clitoral touch, some vibrations, really whatever tickles your fancy, but make sure there's lots of lubrication. So those are just some of the top 3 positions that you can evolve and amplify. But let's not forget that sex is supposed to be fun, adventurous, and messy. We want to keep the bedroom experimental, and in doing that, you might run into some complications. So just make sure to brush it off your shoulders and laugh about it together. You're just trying new things. You want to keep it playful and adventurous while still making it very intimate. So now that you have a few different variations, ask yourself, what am I wanting to feel in this position? Am I wanting more internal stimulation, more external stimulation? Am I trying to please the receiving partner more or the penetrating partner more? Am I wanting to increase the pleasure on myself or my partner perhaps? But for the most part, I just want you guys to explore and enjoy the journey of learning to love each other intimately. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. And I will see you babies on Thursday. Cheers.